What's up, Raider Nation? This is Jay Raider, and welcome to the first Just Raiders Baby podcast, episode one. We have a lot to talk about today. Uh, just right before I went on the air, breaking news: Malcolm Kuntz, he's out for the season. They haven't really explained the exact reason why, other than it's a serious knee injury. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more information as it comes. As of right now, Malcolm Kuntz is out for the season, so we won't be seeing him in that elite defense the team going forward. Honestly, I don't think it does. I think that we are at a really good place right now. The last two games, especially the last game with the Ravens, was really good. We had at least, I believe, like 3 or 4 sacks in that game. One interception by Spillane. So there's other key players that are going to be stepping up in that game that I believe will kind of fill the role, as you say. So as far as detriment to the defense, I don't really believe that's going to happen. But this is a big impact as far because uh, he was a vital role in that defense. It was going to be Crosby. You got Christian Wilkins, and then Malcolm Kuntz on the other side. Now that's not going to happen. So we're going to have other key players step in and fill that role that he was supposed to go ahead and really uh, be a star this season. He was a big prospect going into the season, and unfortunately, that won't be the case. But definitely want to hear thoughts out there as far as what kind of impact that's going to bring for this season for the defense. Going into it, week two, Ravens. Uh, it was a great game. It was a nail biter, of course. I honestly, at first I didn't know if they were going to pull it out or not, and I was on the edge of my seat, literally the second half of the whole game. Fortunately, there was a lot of pep talk that was done in the locker room and on the field that got to change the storyline of the game. Biggest thing, as you saw, that interception that Gardner threw, um, and I believe in the third quarter, and you see Crosby coming out and give him that talk and let him know that, hey, we have your back, bro. You know, it's okay. You need to step it up. We need to see that dog because you're that good. We need to see that Washington State Gardner. And as you guys know, when they brought it up in that press conference, he's like, "Well, let me see if I can whip this guy up." And then, he did a little bit. He actually went out there. He scrambled. He threw a lot of good passes. That end zone touchdown, the end zone fake, the run fake to that play action fake to Devontae was awesome. He sold that. He sold that play. I honestly thought that they were gonna get stopped at the goal line, and next thing you know, Devontae's right there, waving at the fans at the end zone. So, 180-degree change for the offense in the second half. They killed it. We were able to go ahead and pull out the win. Um, at the end with that field goal. So let's go into some highlights here, and um, let me pull up the game footage here. And I'm glad to see that. We were able to go ahead and make those changes in the second half. This is one of the first sacks of the game for Max, nearly being that guy, getting him for a loss on that play. Um, And as you see, he had a real clincher towards that fourth quarter. But let's go ahead and continue seeing some.
Derrick Henry, 4 carries.
and it was a kind of slow game for the first half. We went into that halftime 9-6. The offense wasn't really firing all cylinders. Same goes for the Ravens. Not a lot of production, a lot of three and outs that went on. So let's just kind of skip to that second half. And we had a little bit of issue trying to stop Derrick Henry. We did slow him down, but still, um, we're still finding a little bit of problems in that run defense, and we hope to go ahead and see that change coming up this Sunday versus Carolina. And we saw that big play by Robert Spillane on there. And let's not forget, Jacoby Bennett had a really solid game. Had the big block for that to prevent that touchdown um, later on in that game. I don't know if it's going to show up on the highlight, but and then this hit to help Spillane go ahead and grab that interception, and this is where we drove it all the way down to about the 1 yard line. So let's go ahead and go into this.
The culture, the attitude of some of these players, but he's gonna put his faith in them.
Henry pitch left. Blocker ahead is.
And Madison has been having a killer game last two games, two touchdowns in two games. You know, not to say that Zamir White hasn't been doing his part, but definitely right now is the better of the two. I see Zamir stepping up on this game coming up on Sunday. But so far so good for Madison.
Derrick Henry mans up, gets behind him, pushing through Tyler Lindenbaum.
Play clock down to 2. Carlson 25 yards away, and the kick is good.
Now there might be some people out there that, hey, you know what, we should have went on it on fourth and goal. But either way, we were still down two scores. We were able to at least get down to one score by that field goal by Carlson.
With 9:21 to go, and it's a 7-point Baltimore lead.
And that was the play action fake to Devontae. That was an amazing play. Before that, it was a catch made by Devontae that got us to the red zone to make that happen. So a lot of touches by Devontae to go ahead and really push that drive. And so now we get to the game winning shot. We're down to 31 seconds in the game. It's 4th and 2. And there was a couple of run plays to go ahead and set that up. We really didn't want to go ahead and do too much with this. We just wanted to make sure we can go ahead and clinch that win. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Carlson field goal. And that was the end of the game. It was a nail biter. Got nervous at the end. Lamar literally shot down the field, and then did handed it off to his guy in the back, and then from there, fortunately, it was a forward pass. Not able to do that once you leave the pocket, and especially at the line of scrimmage. So we were able to go ahead and clinch it. Final score 26-23 in Baltimore. A lot of people were thinking that that there was no way that the Raiders go ahead and pull out a win, especially after a poor performance at Los Angeles against the Chargers, where we looked just really off in that game. And we bounced back and were able to go ahead and really step up and get a big win in Baltimore. Um, Honestly, I was 50-50 on this game. I didn't know whether or not we can win this. I was went in optimistic, like I always do, but honestly, I really didn't know to the end. And luckily, we were able to hold on for that win. A lot of there was a lot of key plays that were done by Devontae, by by Gardner. Um, Big game for Brock Bowers. He is now he's now set a record for most receptions in 2 games by a rookie tight end. Literally, this guy has 156 yards, like 15 receptions, and he's just getting started. And honestly, I'll admit, I was not when he got drafted. I was not happy about that, but until like I really found out who he was and what he did in Georgia, my mind got changed. And now seeing him play, I saw him play in preseason. He looked good, and now seeing him play the last 2 games, he looks really good. I see him just, launching um, on this game on Sunday and going forward. He is definitely going to be a big part of our offense. And great thing that we also have Michael Mayer also on the other as the other tight end. And we have Myers. So we have 4 good weapons. We got Adams, Myers, Bowers, and Mayer in the slide. And just that's not even including Trey Tucker. That he is that little speedster that will shoot up the field, and he is a deep threat. So, we see a lot of potential here in that offense, and we're starting to see that offense come to life in this game. So let's talk about the next game. Let's talk about this Sunday's game. This is week 3. Going into week 3, we have the Carolina Panthers, and I there is a lot of talk about right now as far as you know, Carolina, right? Um, the biggest story coming out: Bryce Young being benched, and Andy Dalton coming in. Honestly, I don't see that as an impact. Um, I see it as um, you know just another quarterback coming in. You know, um, this is they're calling Andy the Dalton Andy Dalton, excuse me, the Raider killer. But honestly, you know, this is a different team. You know, this is uh, he hasn't really had much time playing with them aside from the off season and a couple of preseason games. He hasn't really touched the ball with them. This is his first full week in practice. Uh, I don't see him being a huge impact that other people are regarding him to be. Will he make the same mistakes as Bryce Young? I don't think so. Um, I don't think he would make those mistakes. He's experienced. He's been in the league for a long time, playing with several teams, so definitely knows what he's doing. He has that. He has that resume. But for him to come out and really go in there and make an impact, I don't see it happening. Also, too, let's not forget Carolina's defense has been really shitty the last 2 games. They've given up like 73 points in the last 2 games. They got burned by New Orleans, and then they just got beat by the Chargers. So I don't really see them really coming out and stealing one from us. I see us as this is more of a thing where we can actually go ahead and um, work out a lot of kinks in our offense. Um, really get that offense really firing up and working, hitting in all cylinders, because that's something that we're going to need moving forward into the rest of the games. We got other games coming up um, right after Carolina. We got the Browns, and I see that game also. You know, not being an easy game, but I don't see Cleveland pulling one out on us. But after that, the schedule does get harder. So we definitely do need to have that offense working in all cylinders. We need to be hitting 20 plus points per game in order for us to be relatively competitive. So if we're not hitting that, I don't see it's going to be really difficult for us to go ahead and really be able to make a run at the playoffs. And this is what literally it's all about, making a run at the playoffs. Um, but if we're not making the smart choices, we're not really running the ball, because running the ball will set up our passing game. So, and that really starts with that offensive line. So the offensive line has not been good the last game and a half. They did play better that second half of that Baltimore Ravens game, but as you saw, they're really, Gardner Minshew got sacked like 2 or 3 times in that first half. Um, so the pass protection wasn't really there. So this is something where we definitely need to go ahead and take a look at it, especially if we want to go ahead and establish our run game. That's going to happen only if we have an actual solid offensive line. And this might be where we might have to move some guys out. I know during that last game, Cody Whitehair didn't play the first half, and then he got put in the second half, and that made an impact. Not saying that this guy is great. There's mixed feelings. Some people say he's decent. Some people say he sucks. I'm kind of neutral about it, to be honest with you. But honestly, I just want to go ahead and have this offense just step it up and really enforce that pass protection, because we got to give Minshew time to go ahead and throw in the pocket. We need to go ahead and really have that protection up front to go ahead and open up those slots for Zamir White and Madison. If not, we will have those long night games where we're not really doing much, and we're going to have to go through the air. And then if if that doesn't click right away, uh, you know, our chances of winning games are going to be very slim. Going into this week 3 versus Carolina Panthers, I definitely see us winning. I see us winning uh, 30-7, anywhere in that range. I don't see it being a 50 plus point blowout. I know there's some people out there that said that, and it might happen. I'm not saying it won't, but I think the way that the offense is running right now so far, I see it. We do put up more than 20 points. We're going to be probably in the 30 range, maybe 40. If we do get one of those 50 plus point blowout games, that's just going to be all the better. That's really going to go ahead and spark up our offense. We're going to be able to go ahead and uh, hit everything in all cylinders, and a big confidence booster going into the following week versus Cleveland. So I wish I was in Vegas for this one. Definitely expect a big win coming in for this. Definitely, we should not take these guys lightly, um, because you know, uh, sometimes when we do, it ends up biting us in the ass. So for sure, we want to make sure that we play these guys hard, all 4 quarters for sure. Devontae Adams, Gardner Minshew having that great game again. Brock Bowers just killing it, and just keep your eyes on that guy, because that guy's the future. And along with Max, these are going to be the players that are going to be here long term. Um, you know, there's not sometimes there you see a lot of guys come and go in the league with the Raiders, but the select few that stick around and really become franchise players. Brock Bowers being one of them on the offensive side. Obviously, Max Crosby, that guy's going to retire as a Raider. Spillane is probably going to be another guy who's going to be with us for a long time. Um, and he's really stepped it up in the last 2 years. And I just see him just getting bigger as every game progresses. Let me know your thoughts on this week coming up. What are your predictions? What do you think the final score would be? I would love to hear from you guys, and definitely go ahead and chat about it. And then your thoughts on the season going forward. Again, big news: Malcolm Kuntz out for the season, 22 first season. So hopefully he gets better. He comes back next season, healthy and strong, ready to go ahead and just light it up. But yes, that is it. This is the inaugural podcast for Just Raiders, baby. This is something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. I've been a fan since 1990, since 89, 90. If you can believe it, I was like 5 years old when the Raiders were playing in Los Angeles. So I started off as a Los Angeles Raider fan. I'm a Raider fan no matter where they're at, whether they're in Oakland, they're in LA, now in Vegas. I love Vegas. I used to go there all the time. I went there for the last game. The last game I went to in Vegas was the one with the Charger game, 2021. We ended up beating the Chargers and sent them home, and we ended up going to the playoffs, playing against the Bengals. That was an amazing game. There was so much energy in that building that night. It was incredible. Memory I'll never forget. Tailgate was amazing. I actually have this cup that I got from that game. It's pretty awesome. It's already had some wear and tear on there, but I love talking about the Raiders. I love talking about football. Definitely hit me up, pick my brain. I'd love to go ahead and chat about it. Because it's all just about the Raiders, baby. That's it. All right, y'all. Well, tune in, follow me at my socials, um, JRaider _ 505. Again, that's JRaider _ 505. And let me go ahead and put that up here. Instagram, follow me down here, JRaider _ 505. Instagram. I try to be on there as regularly as I can. And I'll be posting every week for in season, dissecting, going analysis, going over stats for every game. And then same thing in the off season. Won't be every week, but we'll still be talking about Raiders. I love going over just as far as any future acquisitions that we might pick up, any trades, anything that goes on in the offseason. Offseason is pretty exciting also, though we're not playing. Just everybody that we pick up in the offseason. For example, we just picked up Christian Wilkins in the offseason, and that was like, oh my god, our defense are going to be fucking amazing. We're gonna terrorize everybody, and as you're starting to see that happen um, through every game, so that was a big impact that we had by picking him up. So just talking about things like that uh, is one of the things that excites me in the off season. But I'm gonna be watching this Sunday. I got my son to take it on. I'm gonna be watching at home. I wish I was in Vegas for that one. Fortunately, I'm not able to make it down there, but hopefully, I will be able to go ahead and make it down to Vegas pretty soon. I will be in Denver October the 6th for that game. Definitely hit me up if you see me. I will go ahead and probably try to do a live podcast um, for that game the night before. But I will be in Denver for that one. I'm out here repping Albuquerque, 505, the Raiders, baby. Part of the Raider Nation. We're pretty strong out here. Just so y'all know, we ain't got much going on, but Raiders is definitely one of the biggest things that we do have going on. So again, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week with the next episode of Just Raiders, baby.